Let's talk about remembering her, meaning you, before everything happened and starting to reclaim yourself and your confidence. Okay. So we've talked about the I on the outside, who that is. We've also talked about we are on the inside and the I, who you are, your personality, your core, your values, your morals. I want to talk about, and I have my notes over here, so that's why I'm looking off camera. I want you to start thinking about how you can choose your inner self slowly. Okay, because big changes are hard sometimes. And so I tell clients, let's do one step at a time. Let's do take baby steps. And then when we look back, we'll realize all those little baby steps is actually a very huge leap. Okay, so let's talk about the roles that maybe you have taken over the last few years that may have pushed you putting yourself first, you stepping into your power, and ultimately losing your confidence. So there's a lot, right? There's mom, there's fixer. Who's a fixer? I'm a fixer. Caretaker. Now, that could be for your immediate family, that could be for grandkids, it also could be for parents, depending on what stage of life we're in. Maybe you're the peacekeeper. Maybe you're the achiever. Maybe you're the comedian in the family or in your friends group. But there's all these different roles that we have taken on, and we talked about that in the previous video about, you know, all these titles that we have been placed under, right? So I want you to, if you are where you are, or you can, and you want to grab a piece of paper, you can pause it here and grab a piece of paper and something to write with. But I want you to list the top three roles, or maybe you can think about it if you want. But I always love, I'm a journaler. I love writing things down. There's something about that brain and hand connection. And then when you get quiet, things come to you in stillness and quiet. So I want you to, the question I want you to answer is, well, list the top three roles that have consumed you over the last 3 to 5 years. So what roles? Maybe it is the mom, maybe it's the spouse, maybe it's the widow, maybe it is grandparent, maybe whatever the case may be. So what are your three roles, top three roles that have consumed the most energy the last 3 to 5 years? And then once you have those three, you know, those three down, I want you to take some time here. Pause it, come back to it, write it down and come back to it, whatever. But what part of you got silenced during that process? What part of you got silenced during that process? And let me give you an example. Maybe you're a mom, you've got little ones, or maybe you've got even teenagers, which take up a lot of time too, just in a different way, right? And because you are doing all the things, you're working, you're taking care of your family, your kids have activities that you have to go to, you want activities to go to. Maybe you got a church family or community family that you do things with. So you're just busy, right? What part of you has gotten silenced during that? Meaning, is it self-care? Is it taking up a hobby that you have been involved in the past that maybe has paused because you don't have the time? Is it starting a new job? Is it ending a place of employment that you're no longer satisfied in? What has gotten silenced? Maybe your voice has gotten silenced. Maybe because of the hustle and bustle, you just sort of feel like you're being ignored. Your feelings are valid. Your feelings are valid. I feel like I grew up in that generation that we were to be seen and not heard. Luckily, I had a very independent, headstrong grandmother who taught us that Yes, seen in her because of the rules of where I grew up and everything. However, she was very forward thinking and go get a job that you go get a degree, go get your education, get a job that you love, and be able to be independent if you need to be. If you need to be, if you want to be, if you choose to be, you can be independent. You don't have to depend on anybody else, right? And maybe that's some of the things that have been silenced. Maybe some of your silence is your independence, right? I love my me time. And my husband knows I have to have my me time or I get very cranky. I get very discombobulated. I get very snappy. He knows I have to have my me time. I love my me time, right? And I have chosen to spend some time each and every day quiet for me, for my mental, emotional, physical, everything. I have chosen that for me. So, what part of you through the last 35 years have been silenced? Now, that may be hard to pull out, right? That may be very hard to figure out what that looks like for you. So, take some time with that. Take some time with what got silenced, what got shut down, what am I ready to go out and try to do? Maybe it's to set that boundary. And again, very small steps. Maybe it's taking 2 minutes before you come into the house after work to sit in your car, close your eyes, and take a few breaths. Maybe it is taking that walk at night after dinner. Maybe it is getting back to the gym. Maybe it is going to book club. Maybe it is going back to church or place of religion. Maybe it is starting a new hobby or going back to an old hobby that's been paused for you. It's not taking a week off of life and caring about others. It's taking a little bit, maybe every day. Maybe you want to learn pickleball. I want to learn pickleball. I'm not athletic at all, but for whatever reason, I want to try out pickleball. I have not done it yet because I'm nursing an injury, not pickleball related, by the way, obviously, but it's something that I want to do. So go try the new thing. And that's just one time, maybe a couple hours, right? Take the time for you. The reason why I'm harping on this is because once we take that little bitty step, it's again that ripple effect. And also it sort of builds, right? So we take a little step, we realize, oh, I can do this. And so maybe you take that 2 minutes before you come into the house after work every day for a week or 2 weeks or a month. And then you say, huh, it's not bothering anybody that I'm taking those 2 minutes. Maybe it goes to 5 minutes, or maybe you decide to take the walk, or maybe you decide to go to book club, or maybe so it's it adds to being able to do these things. And how does that relate to confidence? For me, I feel like when I am not pressured to do things or feel guilted into do things and to truly hear what I'm needing right now. Maybe I'm needing a hot bath just to sit. Maybe I need time with friends. That builds me from the inside out. And that helps with confidence. That helps detour overwhelm. That helps me get those endorphins that I need for the positive outlook that I like to have. So it's all these things, taking time for myself. And the newest thing that I have added to my routine that waned last November after I fractured a toe was moving my body and specifically really getting my heart rate up and really taking that time to focus because like yoga for me, I have to truly focus on what I'm doing. I can't think about work. I can't think about what's for dinner. I can't think about anything while I'm on the mat because I do have some back issues and a hip issue or a knee issue. And so I have to think about every single move I make on the mat because I don't want to throw my back out. Right. And just like being on the treadmill, my core had gone to pot. Okay. It's not good. And so getting that core going when I'm walking, yes, you're using your legs, yeah, obviously, but you're also, I've added some weights to that. And so getting that core, right? But I'm doing that for me. And I have seen a difference just by taking that time because I have to focus on what I'm doing. Just sort of chill out all that other stuff. Yes, I meditate. Yes, I journal. It's a different kind of tuning out. It's a different kind of zoning in. Okay. That has built me up physically, which in turns is emotionally and energetically. And so do those things. Do those things, small little steps. Those small little steps will build up and then get you started on building back your confidence. Okay. Just like last week, I will leave some journal prompts down in below in the description, and you can choose to do some of those if you would like. Um, and the meditation for this week will drop later this week. So make sure that you like and subscribe to this so that way you get notified when other things get posted. I'm trying really hard to do things on Tuesdays and Thursdays or Fridays, depending on my schedule. They will appear later in the week. So take some time for you this week. And please don't forget, I offer a Thursday night group sessions, and we talk about things, anything from confidence to overcoming fear, overcoming overwhelm. But our focus, our main overarching theme is called Embracing Me, Embracing Confidence. So if you were interested in that, the link is also posted down below. We meet 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Zoom. We would love to have you. It's a great group. And during that group, we use EFT or emotional freedom technique or tapping, meditation and journaling. And we would love to see you. So check it out if you're interested. All right, everybody. Have a great day.